Welcome to Authentic Reality Check. We are now reaching out and looking at mythbusters, mythical illusions trapping the masses. Yes, the bondage of spiritual myths. Break free now. Welcome, weary mind. Take a moment to relax and understand where we are in this ever present co creating moment. We stand at the very top of all possibilities and potentials. You are a co creator, powerful, not powerless. Yes, we're facing a wonderful era of universal truth. At the same time, we're also facing a new barrage of illusions to capture the hearts and minds of the masses to continue living underneath the power over structure. You are familiar with the injustice and inequalities that were suffered for thousands of years throughout the world. Suffering isn't exclusive to one class, one race, or one region. In other words, it has been a common theme reinforced by various factions in the name of peace, religion, truth, need, or greed. Too many reasons to list. Please drop the Darwinian concepts from your mindset and your vocabulary. This was a fatal error adopted as a logical response. Remember, every logical statement isn't necessarily authentic truth. Separation creates harmony. Age old myth number one. This is ground zero. This is the number one conspiracy to build hatred and fear throughout the world. Believing one group deserves to be exalted above another is absolutely not authentic truth. This is the golden age of enlightenment. Research from over the past 30 to 40 years, more than 25 now, shows that children born during this time do not make those rigid distinctions on race, gender, or any other classification. Many youth today view people as just that, people. That's true love and godliness. We were created as equals and the world is ours collectively. Unity and oneness. This isn't New Age mumbo jumbo. Neither are the statements of the non spiritual. We are all snared by the words of our own mouths. We are all spiritual beings created by spirit. How you live is your choice. We are energetic beings with the ability to speak into existence our own world. We work towards that which we believe is our truth. You really do create your own personalized version of reality. How? By what you believe and what you act upon. It's a two-part process, be it positive or negative. Myth number two. The world is nearing destruction. Our planet is close to mass extinction. We're constantly receiving reports of conflict, war, terror, climate change, and mass extinctions. The scientific community is proving factual to us on a daily basis that our world is getting better, and spirituality and science are now in agreement in a lot of key areas. Our longevity and global outlook are better than ever. Why? Because we're receiving the proof to show that this is not an ending. Change does not mean destruction or total annihilation. We're getting greater knowledge to use in this lifetime stream. There is an age-old rigid mindset that chooses to hold us in bondage. One thought, one pattern, one belief, and keeps us focusing on negativity. We are becoming fully aware that we are the creators of our reality. As we go within first and seek to connect with all there is, many timely revelations are made crystal clear. Remember, we were created by the source of radiant essence. This intellect, spirit, and knowledge remains current, addressing the needs of the current time stream. We are no longer bound by concepts of past ages. Authentic truth never fails. Become authentic today. Find out who you really are and how you decide and choose to flow. Myth number 3. Spiritual people must shun all worldliness and the material world. Seriously? The wealth of the earth in all forms is especially for those who desire to help others seek their authentic truth and to live in harmony. Now, I didn't say anything about someone attempting to make 40,000 carbon copies of themselves to be a part of another power over structure where you insist that someone conforms to your idea rather than having them seek within and make choices for themselves with the power that they have. When you are attempting to help or guide or give information that is based in a central truth, that's compassion. How can you assist another if you do not have any substance? Please rethink this option. You are blessed with the divine abilities to create wealth in many forms. Do you see what you're doing when you designate a spiritual person to poverty? Totally ludicrous. How do you see yourself? As judge, jury, and far more superior? We are all spiritual beings. We were created by a spiritual creative source as a minute replica designated as co-contributors and co-creators of the love and oneness for the planet. This does not mean communal living. This does not mean that you can't be the personality that you are if you like whatever it is that brings you the joy and passion. If it's farming, be your best farmer. Do what you love peacefully, joyfully. Remember, you are not God. You are not the creator. You are not source, and you are not all that is. There is so much for you to learn about who you actually are. Myth number 4. It's the enemy. It's a demon causing trouble. We currently live in the beginnings of the Golden Era. One of the most prominently identifying marks of this time stream is the release of information, both scientific, spiritual, religious, and all factors are in agreement in many of the areas. Why? Because now they can no longer fight against one another in a conflict of I'm right, you're wrong. So many of the dogmas, doctrines, and ancient texts have been examined and contain more clarity and greater direction for us today. Sound, vibration, and light are from source. We each contain vibrational energy that's measurable. Place your hand on your chest and just hum for a minute. Do you feel the vibration? Well, that's the vibration stream that is measurable on all your medical tests and many other methods. So the light of authentic truth is illuminating all areas. We create our own reality when we choose to create. If you're just sitting back and allowing someone to hand you, then don't complain about what you live by, in, or have the results of. This includes negative entities simply because we believe there must be an opposite force to fight against. I would like for you to search within and become aware of who you really are and what you actually possess. Begin to understand it's not the enemy It's the inner me. What do I mean by inner me? The turmoil, the illusion, those things that you don't know, those things that you just received from someone else, another time stream, and different things. Don't in any way believe that this is your destiny right now, as is. You have power and ability, and your mind is very sound. Break through illusions, not what they say. What do you find about you? Okay, you still believe demons are following you? There you go, creating an alternate reality based upon your misunderstanding of ancient texts. Everything taken literally. Your faith comes by hearing. Those are your words. So your voice, you are the first voice your internal system hears, believes, and acts in conjunction with what you say. Or you do more harm through the self-deceptive practice of double-mindedness. Kind of over here, kind of over there. 50% positive and leading this way, 50% negative and going that way. Yes, we are fine in having a backup plan for our daily interactions. But if you're truly seeking to grow and evolve in your authentic blueprint, that treasure chest that is uniquely yours, a divine, direct connection to your place of origin and creator. Living in the flow, always and forever, without struggle. Where we are right now. Where are we? This is the place and the point of unlimited possibilities and potential. Your spiritual, energetic body, everything must be aligned with authentic truth, your truth. What is authentic truth? The blueprint of your time stream upon this earth. You're not here to just suffer, struggle, or live a life of conflicts and turmoil. You contain a treasure chest of power, abilities, and unlimited potentials. Why? Because you make your decisions. You make your own choices and you are the king or queen of your domain. You are loved and appreciated always. You are the centerpiece of the most outrageous love story. Our Creator, known in ancient times as the source of radiant essence, the mindset, the consciousness, the intellect, whatever you choose to call it, divine male, divine female, expresses love and compassion continually. Infinite and eternal love is yours. You are to become a mirrored image of that divine intellect that desires only the best for you. You are free and not in bondage. Unlimited potential and possibilities have always been yours. Please refrain from taking every ancient text literally. Rise and become authentic. Authentically yourself. Myth number 5. Being good. I must be really good, spiritual, etc., or God will get me. This is one of the biggest myths, that you get some kind of points for being good or spiritual. Again, that is a human perspective that says you have something to achieve or earn, or worse, that you were born in original sin. Don't even get me going there. That's another concept that should be just tossed out. Please let go of those old primitive beliefs and fears. Let them go. In the perspective of a creator, or if you say God, you're here to experience, you have free will, and you can do anything you would like to build, create for yourself, not dependent upon another person at all. No judgment. Up in the higher vibrations, being your larger self, or the best version of yourself, you wouldn't hurt anyone anyway. How about this? Live in the higher vibration because it feels good and it works better, not to earn imaginary brownie points. High vibration and a great life are the best reward because that keeps everything in your system working at its optimal best. So it isn't about any brownie points. As Lola Jones with Divine Openings always tells you, you're already good. Create you, work on you, build you. Myth number 6. I don't want to be here. I'm just holding out for heaven. All sentient kind are here in a very unique journey. As you allow yourself the many experiences of the earthly realm, you are gaining so much. Do you believe this path of life is just holding a big holding tank for heaven? From the very aged and ancient texts, we see examples of those who were making contributions. You still have to live. How do you want your life to be? If you feel that you must live in drudgery, complain, and in the low of the low in order to prove your humility, go ahead, but please don't ever stifle the creative abilities of another person to make their authentic truth visible in their lifetime. If that's what you choose that for yourself. Don't condemn anyone else to your misery. Just think of all the examples of those who are making contributions and create for the common good. So your authentic blueprint is inside. You already contain the tools to navigate the landscape of the now. You can truly thrive, not just survive. You are expected to become who you are, a vital contributor, building from ground zero. 2017, well into the future. Why do you choose to be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good? Find out who you really are. I meet so many that you just speak Christianese or Muslimese, but you're living in this world and your example of a heartstream of love and kindness are nowhere to be found. But you got 1,000 sayings. Work the word works. Well, how about working your word and let it work? How about cleansing? How about coming into the center of who you are rather than grabbing all those things and just putting them on like a very convenient cloak? Because that's what it becomes, a cloaking device. You don't know you. You have no idea who you are because you have always only accepted the old, obvious outside sources. Yeah, let's get away from that. We do see that science and spirituality are both revealing the essential truths. We have so much to look forward to now. It's futile to spend your days longing for heaven. Your authentic creator, that creative consciousness of light, has you here and is supporting all of your efforts. We don't pretend to know every answer to every question. You must agree to join in and become authentic in your mindset, in your heart, and in your truth, and in the creation of your reality or not. It's still your choice what you do. Myth number 7. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Oh, they think that's just a great thing to just feel that. So who made the dividing point? What is the line? What is the curve? Who's worthy and who isn't? Unworthiness. Spiritual people are too often the most plagued by unworthiness, probably due to centuries of conditioning by religions and various leaders who didn't want people to know how powerful they are and who wanted to be in control. It's hard to control magnificent, powerful, worthy beings. Where's your self-esteem? Myth number 8. Your will versus God's will. Please understand you were created in the original pool of authentic love when you know who you are, not what others program you to believe. When you access your authentic blueprint within, you are doing the greatest will. You are free to make choices. When you choose to align yourself and grow in the knowledge of your passion, your purpose, your gifts, you have aligned yourself with what you would call God's will or Creator's will. You are loved, and the synchronicity of your life as both light and co-creator is your platform. Because remember, you say, hey, I'm not creating anything. Your vibration, what you do every day, create something. You create an example to others without ever knowing. You have the freedom to explore, change your mind, or your path as you wish. Authentic power is based in authentic truth. You are forgiven, always. You are loved, always. You are supported, always. Your Creator is infinite. Become authentic today. Just one more thought for the road. If you are religious or a spiritually minded person, did you forget something? While you were attending to the reports of chaos and terror and war and falling into the trances of fear and disillusionment and anger and hatred, did you forget grace? If you feel you made a mistake, there's grace. If you were temporarily sidelined by fear, there's grace. You now realize you have misled others? There's grace. You can turn around. Whatever you have done, that's the past. We don't live in the past. We live in the now. Now, faithful. Now, grace. Now, honesty. Now, truth. Producing results now or remaining totally attuned and just watchful, it's your choice. You always decide. Please don't allow anyone to make a decision on your life for you. The presence that is always present is always current and always aware. Allow yourself to go deep within and begin to connect to the power source that never fails, not something that's controlled by man. This is your essential essence. Get a move on. Authentic reality needs you, needs your blueprint, your breath, your visual walking out and believing and living in the now. Because you're here in the now. So, here I am. Connect to the infinite power grid that never fails. As I greet you, awesome beings, the Creator of all things is lovingly requesting your presence. Please join us as we become co-creators in the now, living the lifestyle of love, becoming authentic, totally authentic. Your original blueprint is the most valuable document. It supersedes your earthly birth certificate. Listen with an open heart. What you've been seeking is available to you. Namaste.